Hi, I'm Isabel, and today I wanted to talk about the things I've learned in the first 6 months of running my art business and the first few months of me having decided to get really serious about my art and work towards my dream of becoming a full time artist. Now, I committed to this dream in February of this year. I spent as much time as I could rushing from the commitment and the goal in February to launching my art business in May. Now I'm almost at the 6 month mark, and to me, this is worth celebrating. Small businesses have a fight to get off the ground. Typically, small businesses are not started with hundreds and thousands of dollars of money invested into them. Typically, they're started as minimalistically as they can be. And every milestone in those first few milestones is vital for a small business. Small businesses don't always last. A lot of small businesses shut down or are sold or go bankrupt in the first few milestones. So for me to hit the 6 months is a huge deal. Also, this next month is when I'm supposed to graduate from my master's degree, and it's my birthday. So, to celebrate all three of these things, I have an exciting thing coming soon. So, if you want to be one of the first to hear about my exciting things to celebrate all of these exciting things going on next month, subscribe to my newsletter. The link is in my channel description, bio thing, whatever we call that. And yeah, subscribe. It's a huge way to support me, and you'll get to know all the stuff. And there's an exclusive discount code for subscribers and all this fun stuff. So please subscribe if you are at all interested in my surprises coming next month. Now, back to the topic at hand, the things I have learned in my first 6 months running my small art business. The first thing I have learned is that there are so many scammers and spammers. This doesn't just relate to art business, because I think most small businesses that are started right now or that are brand new startups probably have the same issue. But I have gotten so many messages on Etsy of people saying, "Oh, I can't check out because I don't have all of this information, all of this personal information about you." And Etsy's not even letting me check out. That's not true, by the way. Etsy has everything they need. If you have filled out your seller's account properly, you should get your transactions just fine. Nobody needs any personal information to complete a transaction on your Etsy store. I've also had a lot of emails of people pretending to be Shopify saying, "Oh no, your account's not working right. You need to give us this information, or you need to change these settings, or whatever, whatever." And they're all pretending to be Shopify, and they're all doing a horrible job of it. If you look carefully at the email, you can tell whenever it's really Shopify emailing you or whenever it's somebody pretending to be Shopify. I never expected so many scams and spam messages to be targeted to small business owners. I understand that we're new to the game, and I understand that we're learning a lot, but I don't think it's cool to prey on ignorant people. So thankfully, I have not been caught by any of these scams. I've been able to see because they're very obvious, but I never expected so much scam attempts on small business owners. So that's one of the surprising things I've learned. One of the other surprising things I have learned is that there are surprise supporters. I love these people. These people have brought me a lot of smiles. There are people who, when I started talking about starting a business, I had people who would tell me, like, "Wow, I love your stuff. I'm so excited for you. Keep me updated. Let me know. I will buy all of your things. I will support you online. However I can help, let me know." And almost all of these people who have promised that have not been able to follow through for whatever reason, whether intentionally or life's just busy or whatever. Now, even though these people who I expected to be supporters and had expected to show up haven't, there have been people who I never expected to show up. There have been people who reached out to me after years and years and years of having ever seen each other or ever spoken to each other, have reached out to me because of my art and had some reconnections. I've had people who I never expected to buy save their money just so they could buy my artwork and support me. And that means a lot to me. I know that this is a tough economy, and I understand we ain't all wealthy. We don't all have pocket money to spare. And so these quiet yet surprise supporters have been a huge blessing to me. They've often been people who I never thought would support me. Some of my biggest supporters are my parents, my grandparents, who have encouraged me with words, with buying my artwork, with trying to make themselves available, whether they allow me to use their photos as references, or my dad makes frames for me sometimes, and my mom helps me organize things. There's support like that, and it's so greatly appreciated. But then there's some surprise people who I never would have thought that these people would stop and like my art and even choose to buy it. Some of my buyers have never commented on any of my stuff. I didn't even know that they were subscribed to my newsletter. I didn't even know that they followed me online. But somehow they quietly supported and chose to buy my artwork. And it was just a total surprise and a huge blessing. So I never expected that I would have surprise supporters and passionate surprise supporters. Some of them are so passionate, it's as though they're family members, that they're that passionate. It's so fun to see. It's very humbling. The third thing I've learned is that you can never stop learning as a small business owner. I'm constantly having to research things and plan things and strategize for how to get to the next step. I'm a dreamer at heart, so I have a lot of big goals and a lot of big dreams. I want to help other artists get started. I want to help get small businesses off the ground because I know how difficult it is to get your small business off the ground and out of that fluctuating, unstable phase that I'm currently in. And so I have a lot of big goals and dreams. So to make those happen, I'm having to spend a lot of time researching how to do marketing, how to do videos. I'm working on learning how to do things better, how to paint better, what type of art do people want to see, and what do I like to paint, and how to organize my business on the more legal side, how to keep track of sales tax, all of these things. I'm constantly learning things and constantly trying to find better ways of doing things. I have set out to not lose this learning attitude because I think it's very helpful. I think it will help my business be stronger in the long run when I am constantly learning and trying to upgrade my skill set and knowledge and understanding of how things work. So, those are just 3 things I've learned in the last 6 months as running a small art business. Let me know in the comments what questions you have, or just let me know what questions you have. Anyways, have a great day. Bye.